Alright, backing up, starting again. Today is a lucky day, 11/11. Also Scorpio season. Also the month of just manifesting and creation and everything creative. So I figured using the energy today to do a tarot reading, as well as some other stuff. But over the weekend, celebrated a birthday on 11/7, as well as exchanging of wedding vows, as well as got some good election news. So lots of good things transpiring over the last few days. I'm going to be doing my reading from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. This was the first deck that I had gotten. I was in the third eye chakra, feeling like I needed more tools to help translate some of the things that I was experiencing. So I came across the deck and I was like, this sounds perfect, and I got it, and it's a beautiful deck. Also, like I said, celebrated a birthday, got lots of wonderful gifts, including a essential oil diffuser, along with 6 essential oils to diffuse, and some literature, the Spirit Almanac by Emma Loie and Lindsay Kellner. I haven't done much reading into this book, but it definitely is lots and lots of great information in here. It gets into tarot, it gets into essential oils, and so I'll be using it as a guide for the tarot reading and for diffusing the essential oils. It also had a section about 11/11 or November 11 more specifically. I just want to read a couple things that were interesting here. It says that repeating numbers or master numbers are thought to signal a higher force, spiritual guides, guardian angels, God, whatever you acknowledge, working to get your attention. Each repeating number means something a little different. 11/11 is especially transcendent. That is because the number 1 speaks to new beginnings in numerology, and 4 of them standing side by side creates an illusion of 2 doors. Some intuitive healers believe that one door represents the earthly realm and the other the spirit realm. This is a visual symbol of the veil between 2 worlds, lifting, allowing us to dance between them as we wish. While some people may scoff at the idea that certain dates hold energy, many others have signed on to it. One wedding service reported that 24,900 American couples got married on 11/11/11 compared to just 1,700 on other Fridays in November. Walt Disney World was sure to cut off the number of weddings it hosted on that date at, you guessed it, 11. So definitely a lucky day, and hopefully some good things come from this reading. Shout outs to anybody that does do tarot or is celebrating a November birthday or is a Scorpio. It's Scorpio season. Again, this book is a Spirit Almanac, Modern Guide to Ancient Self-Care by Emma Loie and Lindsay Kellner. It's my first time really looking at it, but it's definitely just got so much in here. I turn to a new page and I'm like, oh man, I gotta read that. So definitely be looking at that. But the tarot reading I'm going to do, again coming from the Light Seer's Tarot. To the Responsible Sage, that's the deck by Chris Ann. And I think I have another one of her decks. Can't remember the name of it. But before I get into that, like I said, I want to try out some of these essential oils. The one I'm going to be using, and it came with 6. This is the Zen Breeze Oil Diffuser. Not sure where it came from. It was a gift, as well as these oils. The oil of today, there we go. It's going to be peppermint. So peppermint's good. It's energizing for your spirits, and you can even, I uncap it, take a sniff. I can like feel it just lighting up my insides. So that's good. And then I was looking earlier in this Spirit Almanac book again, mentioning essential oils on page 11. Again, November 11, a good number. And on this page it talks about essential oils. Here, probably can't see well. But some interesting things it says is our brain chemistry allows for this journey. When you take a whiff of something, it travels up through the nose into the olfactory nerve of the brain. Once your brain processes a scent, it sends the signals to the amygdala and hippocampus, the regions that store emotions and memories. So when you smell something, sometimes it can bring up, memories of the past. As it says here, if you have spent time on a smelly, suffocating subway car, you have instant reprieve when you step off the train and you get a whiff of fresh air. And it's no wonder that aromatherapy is now most popular as an alternative treatment for stress and anxiety worldwide. And it's not easy to make these essential oils. Here it says 60,000 rose blossoms are used to produce 1 ounce of rose oil. Jasmine flowers need to be picked on the first day they blossom in order to retain their olfactory power, and a sandalwood tree needs to be at least 30 years old and 30 feet tall before it can be tapped for oil. But the result is well worth the trouble. Essential oils are potent plant medicines that can be ingested or applied topically, diffused, or sniffed straight from the vial. They wake us up, calm us down, sharpen our minds, ease our pain, turning us into powerful alchemists with each unscrewing of the cap. So, super excited to diffuse this peppermint into the air as I do the reading for today. So I'm going to run and grab some water. Came with a little water filler thing, said not to fill it above the maximum, so I'm going to probably put about 120 mils in there, and then about 4 drops of the peppermint, and they recommend 2 to 6 drops because this stuff is very potent, 100% pure therapeutic grade. So I got some water here. Put the water in there. And apparently you only have to clean them like every 3 to 5 days, so that's pretty good. I used to have one of those fountains that had waterfalls in them, and you had to like clean that every day, which was kind of annoying, but it's all about creating the vibes. So there's the water. Putting a couple drops here. I'm going to do about 4 drops of this peppermint. Just smells really, really good. Some of the other scents here, we got tea tree, eucalyptus, lemongrass, orange, and lavender. And I'm sure you can mix them as you see fit. Okay, that was probably 5 drops, but nevertheless close enough. Put the top back on here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to screw on. And it comes with power cords. Plug this baby up. Alright, let's see. Mist, light. Says light, mist, 6 hours, 1 hour, and 3 hours. So we're gonna do just 3 hours. Comes with a nice light, that's nice. And I don't know if you can see the mist going there. Yep, definitely smells pepperminty. So I set it to 3 hours on the side. So very cool. Alright. So this is actually my first stream that I'm actually doing a tarot reading. I've streamed on here before, but mostly playing Dance Dance Revolution. I like active games, but my now husband has a Twitch. He streams Call of Duty, and he's getting like the new PlayStation 5, I think it is. Which one is it? Yeah, PlayStation 5's coming in the mail soon, and I hear it's one sick machine, so that'll be exciting when that comes. Hopefully I get to play a little bit too. So all the decks come with a kind of a guidebook that have meanings of each card. I'm in no way, shape, or form a master at tarot, but I believe that tarot is something that anybody can do. It's really just the intention that you put behind it. And as far as like shuffling goes, I tend to kind of just do my own thing. Sometimes I'll start shuffling, then kind of set the cards down and go do something else and really forget I'm supposed to be doing a reading until I get back and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do a reading. But give it a couple shuffles here. And as far as the amount of cards that I draw, it varies. Honestly, sometimes cards just fall to the floor, and those will be the cards that I'll do for the reading. I don't do them too often, just when I feel like the energy's there, or towards the end of the month. Again, it's a lucky day, 11/11. So, see what we got here today. So let's see. Got some raids in the chat. I gotta raid somebody else's chat now. Oh, it turns colors. It's pretty. And I have tons of other decks, but again, this was the first deck that I got because I felt like I needed something that could help me see a little bit more. What you doing?
There's something going on in your chart.
Oh. Yeah, I see raid. I don't know what raid means.
I mean, somebody came into your chat with their followers.
Oh, that's cool.
So you got 6 viewers, 4 followers now, and people are chatting.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
said, what are you reading?
Yes, I am reading the Light Seer's Tarot Guidebook, Light Seer's Tarot deck. And the book was the Spirit Almanac. Definitely a good book to have if you're on your spiritual journey, or just in general if you want to learn more about herbs, more about numerology, just more about spirituality in general. This is definitely going to be a book that I will reference many, many times. I don't know if it can be seen, but like in the back right here, I also have many other books. One of my other favorite books is called Opening to Spirit, and that's pretty much another book about spirituality. Gets into the chakra system, which I've been doing some reading upon, and all that good stuff. Who?
You don't have the lights in your shirt.
Oh, I don't? Oh, that sucks. That's okay. Again, there's no like rhyme or reason to the way that I do my tarot. It's just going with the flow. I'm sure there's others out there that you have to shuffle a certain way or do things a certain way, but one time I did a reading that was like 9 cards long, and it was an interesting reading. It was about untapped potential and understanding that there's nobody better than yourself to teach you about yourself. Give it a couple more shuffles here. I wish my hands were bigger, or the cards smaller. I don't know what RQIDB means. Dora the Explorer. My intention for this reading is going to be past, present, and future. So, first card representing the past could be a past life, could be my immediate past, as in like yesterday. We'll see what we get. Present being presently right now, could also mean presently on another space somewhere else. And future, same thing. Future meaning my future, just the future of, or it could be, a future in another universe. Who knows, among this multiverse we live in. And yes, thank you. IB produced Light Seer's deck by Chris Ann. Beautiful deck. Lots of beautiful artwork that we have in the deck. So I'm a visual person. I love things that look cool and have a meaning. Past, present, future. What do we have for the past, for the present, for the future? past. Got the King of Pentacles. Present. Got the Queen of Cups. And future. Got the the High Priestess. So I'm still on my journey of learning about tarot and the meanings of the organization of the cards. So before I do the reading, I'm going to just remind myself and to any viewers that may not be aware of what these pentacles, cups, and what is called the major arcana cards means. And depending on the deck that you're looking at, it could be called something different than a cup. It could be called something different than a pentacle. So those things are kind of interchangeable. And also, I'm not going to be doing the reading where if the card is upside down, it has a different meaning than if the card is right side up. I'm going to consider all of my cards as right side up for this. So the major arcana cards, there's 22 of them. So my future card was the second major arcana card, the High Priestess. And they are the big guns of the tarot. They often convey the major energies or the overarching archetypal energies that surround major life events, transitions, or lessons. The journey of major arcana begins with the Fool, the card who falls off the cliff to begin a cycle, and ends with the Word card when the cycle is complete. If you pull the major arcana in one reading, there may be significant changes going on, which is definitely true with my life as it is. But at any rate, the Cups says that the water is felt through the suit of cups, which mainly deals with emotions, relationships, how we feel. And we had the Pentacles. Earth is manifested through the suit of the Pentacles, which form messages of physical security, wealth, and health. And then we can get into the hierarchy of the minor arcana cards, which you have kings, queens, knights. So let's see what they have here. They're messengers that can be seen as people, energies, or situations. If the reading is heavy on court cards, meaning if the kings or the queens, it could mean that there are a lot of people or opinions affecting the situation. And each card has a personality, or a favorite way to read is imagining the character speaking in the middle of the reading. So let's get on to see what these meanings have to say just by looking at it without going to the guidebook. Kind of speaks to looking at the past. We have a man sitting in front of, or looks like he's holding some kind of spiritual star or something, but he looks happy. He's got a dog there, so that's kind of good. Presently, this reminds me of my present state now, just doing these readings, infusing the air with this wonderful peppermint, and just being in the moment with the spirit there. And then the future here, it's actually I think it's the same image as on the actual deck. So it looks like just tapping into that higher power. The moon is pretty symbolic of just light energy and connecting with that. And you can see the well, you can't really see it because of the camera, but there's evidence of a third eye between her brows there. And if you look closely, you can kind of see her eyes between her eyes, even though her eyes are closed here. So I've heard about this High Priestess card, so it's exciting to pull it for today and get to read it. But starting with the King of Pentacles. see what we got here. Cups, wands, swords, pentacles. Alright. King of Pentacles. Light Seer, overflowing material, abundance, patience and determination, a confident and warm leader, providing for others comfort and security, personal growth, goals reached, prosperity and success. Exuding warmth, the King of Pentacles welcomes you into his study for a heartfelt conversation about life. He's worked his fields, met his soulmate, found wealth, and now he looks over his dream manifested as he offers you one of the tarot's most potent messages of forthcoming abundance and prosperity. The most important thing to be done is to enjoy it all, sweet seer. Enjoy every lesson, challenge, failure, and success. He reminds you to get clear on where you want to be, to plan and envision. There is manifesting power and belonging, and so much joy expansion as you bring your greatest potential into existence. Happiness happens when you do better than last time, and in the pursuit of personal growth, allow yourself the extravagance of desire. The rest is all a consequence of faith, steady habits, and the courage to cultivate enormous dreams. Dream your biggest light to life. And then it's got a little affirmation here. It says, I dream my endless potential into existence with steady desire and effort. So definitely a good card of the past, especially as it speaks to planning and speaks to abundance and just looking over basically everything that you've done in the past and using that to carry forward for the future. So, second card, present one, is the Queen of Cups here that we've got. So let's see what we have there. Queen of Cups. Light Seer, extremely intuitive, a highly attuned emotional intelligence, loving compassion, sensitivity and strength, empathy, leading with your heart, healing. The Queen of Cups is one of the most intuitive characters of the tarot, floating in her dreamlike state of spiritual connection. She asks you how well your emotions have been serving you lately, and reminds you that you have the ability to connect on a much deeper level. Feel and accept your emotional intuition. Listen closely as a way to understand what is truly going on, and ensure that other people feel heard when you communicate with them. Devote time to their emotional cues and see the divine beauty in all of life's experiences. It takes both sun and shadow to make the ocean floor sparkle. In shadow, this card can indicate that you are out of touch with your emotions, or that you are suppressing your feelings while refusing to see the obvious. If you feel any insecurities around openly connecting with others, grow into a better partner by vulnerably sharing your own tender heart. And the affirmation for this card is, my intuitive heart openly expresses deep love. So definitely feel a connection to this card, connection to just being an intuitive person. I think everybody has the power of intuition and kind of having that other sense of something telling you about things that you can't necessarily see with your two eyes, but we all have a third eye that helps us pick up on these more subtle energies. And I definitely connect with the piece of connecting with other people, so using social media, Twitch, whatever it is for me, trying to get more into getting out there and seeing if there's other people that can connect with the same energies that I connect with as well. Alright, so this last card here for the future is the second major arcana card, the High Priestess. So let's see what we got there. Alright. Light Seer. Dreams. Powerful visions. Psychic insights. Serendipity. Meditation. Introspection. Intuition. A spiritual experience. The priestess sits on the edge of this realm and the next as she draws down meaning and illumination from beyond the veil. Sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now, and to access them you must tune into your intuition and submerge your thoughts into her subconscious realm. The language of the unconscious mind is revealing itself to you now through metaphor, in dreams, or in ancient memories that resurface to be processed. Pay attention to synchronicity, any nagging feelings of being off track, as well as your gut feelings that move you into new direction at this time. The divine whispers that are emanating from your soul hold an important message for you, and the bridge between the enigmatic realm of the priestess and your conscious understanding of the signs will be found through your own quiet introspection. Affirmation for this card: I have the answers I seek, and by following the truth, I will find them. So definitely connect with all levels of that card. True love is something that is one of my guiding principles, and just truth in general is something that I try to follow. Definitely try to follow my own introspection throughout this whole spiritual journey that I've been doing, as well as just paying attention to the things around me. If I'm dreaming, even though it's hard to remember the dreams that I have, because when I wake up it's kind of like amnesia, but just really paying attention to everything that's around me. Mentioned synchronicity and just understanding how energy can be transferred to different places and spaces at different times. And before I hop off here, I did want to see what the Spirit Almanac had to say about tarot, because I was pleasantly surprised that it did speak about tarot. A lot of people kind of equate tarot to evil things, but I just think it's a good way to kind of help you organize your mind and give your spirit some guidance along its way. I'm definitely inspired by the reading that I did today, and I'll probably do what I call a true reflection card, which is something that I'll probably share in the future at some point. Let's see. So tarot, for those who haven't used them before, tarot cards may conjure images of a psychic reading, a dark mysterious room, a glow with candles, incense, my little oil diffuser, and a crystal ball. I don't have any of that, but in reality it's much more than a fringe divination tool. It's 78 cards. It prompts you to tap into your intuition and inner knowing. You can think of it like a wise friend or a loved one, a confidant who encourages you to trust yourself above all else. They were purely used long ago for entertainment. The first iteration of tarot was from the 15th century by way of Italy, when artists created a new type of deck for cards. blah, 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 blah. As time passed, the wealthy began commissioning special decks with more detailed, lifelike imagery. Let's see what else they got to say here. So this is a good topic here. It says finding the right deck for you. So as I said, this Light Seers Tarot was one of the first. Actually, no, this wasn't the first tarot that I got. I saw this one and I was like, that one looks good. But I ended up getting another deck also by Chris Ann called the Muses deck or something. But then I went back and got the Light Seer and I was like, yeah, that's the one. But it says traditionalists may be tempted to kick off their tarot journey with the classic Rider-Waite deck. So that's like when you think of tarot, that's the standard deck that you usually go to. What's up, Lipography in the house? Shout outs to the local, anybody local in the DMV area. Shout outs. Well, let's see what else here. What else? But pretty much, if you want to get into tarot, I think you should definitely not just buy one deck. You should buy like 3 or 4. And just kind of wherever your energy is guiding you to go to that deck. Before you do your reading, you should cleanse your deck, or at least try to transfer your energy to the deck, whether that's taking the deck out and just holding the deck. If you have crystals, you can use crystals to cleanse the deck. I used some quartz and I just set the quartz on top of the deck for like a day or so and then went to the deck. And generally I don't like flip through and look through all the images of the cards because like I said, I'm a very visual person, so I don't want to mess up the reading because I've seen the images before. So I've never pulled any of these cards before. This is my first time seeing them, aside from the main image being the card that I drew today. But overall, it was a good reading, and I tend to only, like I said, do like 1 per month so that I'm not just constantly pulling cards and reading different meanings. I want to sit on this reading for like the next 30 days and go back to it and reread and understand what the reading is for me. So just some of the things that I do. But that's pretty much all I got for today. Hopefully I'll get the husband on later to play some more DDR with me. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you to Lipography Almanac, Asha Amoret, Dora the Explorer for the follows, and everybody that rated the chat. I'm still trying to figure out what that is, but I'm gonna get there. But it's been fun, and I hope to come back to do more of these things. Until then, DrTrulove is done for the day.